one of our great partners and have been for the entire term of this organization, Visit Central Florida, Polk County Sports Marketing, USA Waterski and Wake Sports. They are the U.S. Olympic Committee's national governing body of the sport. And we just can't say enough good things about that organization and what they have done for this area and for the nation as a whole. It's America's family sport. With us is one of the guys that has helped pull all of this USA wakeboarding team trials and Pan American trials together this weekend out here at the new championship lake, Chris Zukas. And Chris, I don't even know what your official title is because you do so many doggone different things.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My title with USA Waterski and Wake Sports is Director of Marketing and Events. So this is right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, perfect. Where did you come from? I mean, I didn't know you weren't born underneath a cabbage leaf or anything like that. But how did you hook up with USA Waterski and Wake Sports?
Yeah, so I have been in the Olympic movement for the last decade, really. Started with USA Diving and very recently made the transition over to USA Waterski. I've known our executive director, Nate Boudreau, for many years, and Nate is also based in Indianapolis along with me, so we kind of connected and talked about kind of the future of what we're looking to do in this sport, in this organization, and kind of made a little partnership here, and off to the races we went.
And it has been amazing what you guys have done as far as new media. So podcasts and website. And tell us about that.
Yeah, so I think really we're kind of looking at the media landscape and how media is being consumed by kind of the next generation of our fans, enthusiasts, and participants, right? So social media is certainly a phenomenon that is not going anywhere and is certainly going to continue. We are working to make sure that our sport is more accessible on digital media platforms like YouTube and live streaming. We're working with another media broadcast company that will be launching soon that'll be a home for all towed water sports events that'll be able to be consumed.
That's RTH, right?
With RTH, exactly.
Okay.
And we are really, really excited to kind of bring this sport to the masses beyond just kind of being physically on the lake.
Well, I know our producer for so many water ski events, Scott Cronk, and All Sports Productions out of Colorado Springs are real excited about being part of that. And we have a lot of events that will be providing content for RTH TV and that channel. And it's just good for the sport. It helps grow the sport. And I think you really, Chris, hit the nail on the head. It's the way the younger generations are consuming media and getting their information and so on. And it's more palatable, if you will, to that age group. But we can't forget that water skiing is a lifetime sport. It's really cradle to grave. We witnessed that with Banana George and even others that are older than George, out there on the water, but it's still something you provide so many different opportunities to view, to get involved, to do all the good things that people are doing out on the water. Life on the water, I think you call it.
Absolutely, yeah. Life on the water, and it really is unique to sports like USA Waterski and Wake Sports. I mean, we have the event happening this weekend with the Wake Sports Festival, and we really have kids from 8 years old, and we have division all the way up to the over 40 crowd. And there are very, very few sports in the world that offer that breadth of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
As far as this weekend, so you've got Seafest going on, you've got the water ski going on. What time do the team trials kick off?
Yeah, so we are going to start tomorrow at 10 a.m. Right here on the Champions Lake next to Lake Myrtle, and we are really, really excited for it. We have 3 events happening tomorrow with the team trials event starting first at 10 a.m. We have the Wake Sports exhibition event that's happening at noon, followed by the Pan Am trials.
Wow, the Pan Am trials, it's the International Olympic Committee is the international governing body, runs the summer, the winter games, and a lot of other things, including the Pan Am Games, which are in Santiago, Chile. Now, that's got to be really exciting. It's got to be a goal that every one of these athletes over here aspire to be on that team. I mean, that is a big, big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. Just like the Olympics, the Pan American Games happen every 4 years, and they happen in the year prior to the Olympics. With water ski and wake sports being a Pan Am sport, it really is the pinnacle of our sport for the governing body. In the fact that wakeboard is only selecting one male and one female to represent Team USA in Santiago, Chile this fall is a really, really special and unique opportunity that people are really marking as the pinnacle of their success in the sport.
Well, we'd be remiss in not giving a big shout out to Molly Crum, sort of your sidekick that's helping organize this and run operations. I brought her a whole tray of cupcakes for Molly and the crew, the USA Wakeboard folks down at the north end of the lake. She wasn't there to accept it. So just let her know when they're wondering where those cupcakes came from.
Yes,
they're compliments of Central Florida sports marketing.
Without question. Molly is amazing, and I know she'll be around tomorrow, so I'll make sure to save some for her.
All right.
So, going through on your background, I have to bring up University of Maine in
Machias.
Machias.
Yes.
Okay, so as a native New Englander, I had no idea that Machias even existed. You are so close to Canada. You're like literally a coin toss.
Absolutely. Machias is so far north. I mean, we're basically Nova Scotia up there, and I spent a year up there working as their director of campus activities, providing events to the student body.
So, there's no water skiing up there. There was no diving up there. What did the students do?
It's called ice skating.
A lot of ice skating.
Moose
You
tipping.
get about 2 months of summer up there where you can do some canoeing and kayaking, which is pretty big, and you can play with the penguins up there.
Yeah. Moose tipping?
Oh,
moose
yes.
tipping.
Yep.
College
Moose
moose
are everywhere.
tipping? And they have like varsity moose tipping and JV? Right. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Moose skipping?
Moose tipping.
Oh, it's like cow tipping
Like
in
cow
Wisconsin.
tipping, but with a moose.
Okay, Jack.
But sister-in-law went to UMaine Orono.
Oh, I gotcha.
They moose tip. So.
They do. It's a real sport up there.
Yep.
Chris, before we let you go, I want to ask you a little bit about USA swimming and diving. Olympic sport.
Yes.
Now you're still sort of around water, but with USA swimming and diving, it's a big sport. Sometimes doesn't get the publicity that it really deserves, other than every 4 years when we see the summer games. What was that like for you? I mean, that had to be exciting.
Yeah, it really was a special time. My background as an athlete was as a diver. And certainly as a coach thereafter. Mm-hmm. So kind of moving into that administrative role was really exciting and capitalizing on something I'm really passionate about, which is giving back to athletes through events. So having the opportunity to plan an Olympic trials and to plan numerous national championships was a real treat for me to be in the community that I grew up in. And now having the opportunity that I had with USA Diving to now bring those experiences to USA Waterski and to continue and grow this sport, bringing a lot of those ideas over here, I think is going to set this sport up and this community up in a really, really special way.
Well, we appreciate it, and thanks so much for joining us. I know you've been running around 2 or 3 days now, just like a chicken with your head cut off, but with a well-oiled plan, we certainly appreciate it. We love you guys being here, and I think we're going to have a gorgeous weekend with some super action right out here at Lake Myrtle, the new championship lake, just a little bit east of Camp Margaritaville, and the Elite Cable Park here in Auburndale. So, I know that, you've got a ton of things to do. Today's a little bit more of the athletes, even the pros, getting a feel for the water, because like diving, water feels different. People go, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Some water is more buoyant, some is less. Some water is hard, some of it's soft, but some of those same principles apply in water skiing. And I know as a skier, when I was competing or doing a show or whatever on seawater, in an ocean or whatever with salt water, it really had a big difference on the buoyancy. So
right.
Like with barefooting, I love barefooting. Like, for example, on the Red Sea. Man, I'm walking on water, not too far from where Jesus did. But, it's one of those types of things. And jumping, too, your landings are so much softer. Your skis ride a little bit higher. And I know for wakeboarders, one of the opportunities they had is to, get out there yesterday as well to see how this water feels. Nobody's been on this lake up until yesterday. So they really don't know. There's not an experience there.
Right. This really is the inaugural opportunity for anyone to be on the lake. It's really exciting. And the athletes have now had really 2 days to be out on the lake and really prepare themselves for the finals events tomorrow, which is going to be a really exciting opportunity for the community to see the best of the best in wakeboarding. So I think these last 2 days have been really, really amazing, and I'm looking forward to what tomorrow is going to bring.
Okay. Well, tomorrow night, we have the USA Waterski and Wake Sports Foundation, which is technically not affiliated legally as an organization, but you're tied at the hip, and the Hall of Fame is tomorrow night. So a lot of those superstars in the sport of wakeboarding, you know, it could be 3-event skiing, show skiing, are going to be out here watching with very discerning eyes what's going on and how this very first event at the championship lake at Lake Myrtle is getting pulled off. But you know, I was over there a little bit earlier, and Neil Duncan and his team just did an amazing job setting it up, and people can find out or actually watch it live tomorrow. Tell us how they can do that.
Yes, so for the event that's going to be live broadcast, it'll start right at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And anyone who's interested in watching can tune into wakesportsfestival.com.
wakesportsfestival.com, and it's your YouTube channel, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you just click on that, and it'll take you right to it. You can watch all the live action. Should wrap things up around 4 o'clock. Speaking of wrapping things up, hey, I delayed your exit, but it was well worth it, and we thank you so much for your time and all the inside information on the sport of water skiing and, of course, swimming and diving as well.
Absolutely, my pleasure, and I would be remiss not to thank Visit Central Florida for everything they do to support USA Waterski and Wake Sports, and of course our sport as a whole.
Yep, great partnership there, second to none. All right, everybody. If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.